The Consumer Council is an independent consumer organisation working to protect the interests of consumers in Northern Ireland. Our mission is to make the consumer voice heard and to make it count. The ongoing downturn in Northern Ireland economy has hit consumers hard. Throughout 2010, consumers dealt with the impact of reduced wages, employment uncertainty, cutting back on household expenditure and trying to make less go further. The first few months of 2011 have not provided any comfort or reassurance to consumers as we enter into the election period. There is clear evidence that the economic climate is taking its toll on the Northern Ireland consumer, and this has been demonstrated by Consumer Council research. Figures show that half of the adults here are worried about making ends meet and 2/3 are worried about how they will cope in the future. Only 4 in 10 of us are managing to keep up with bills and credit without difficulties. In addition to the groups traditionally seen as being financially vulnerable, the research has shown the population of adults aged 25 to 34 are having difficulty keeping up with their finances. It's considerably larger than other age groups. Having listened to consumers, we have identified a number of key areas for change that consumers would like the Northern Ireland Assembly to address in the forthcoming election. These are fuel poverty, financial capability, or making our money work better for us, water, the high cost of insurance here, and protecting vulnerable consumers. Fuel poverty has reached crisis point in Northern Ireland. The 2009 Housing Conditions Survey shows that over 300,000 homes in Northern Ireland are in fuel poverty. Northern Ireland consumers also face higher energy bills than elsewhere in the United Kingdom, almost £350 more in fact per year on average. The majority of Northern Ireland households, 82% in rural areas for example, use home heating oil to heat their homes. Heating oil prices are highly volatile and the market is not regulated, unlike the gas and electricity markets. In the Northern Ireland Assembly election 2011 manifesto, the Consumer Council is calling on local political parties to, number 1, develop a detailed and costed action plan that sets out how and when fuel poverty will be eradicated, as fuel poverty levels in Northern Ireland are unacceptably high. Number 2, to examine whether regulation of the home heating oil industry could help assure consumers that they are paying a fair price for heating oil. Number 3, to ensure consistent standards of service regardless of where we live in Northern Ireland. And 4, to implement and encourage energy brokering schemes across Northern Ireland, which give housing associations, community groups, government, councils and businesses the power to bulk purchase oil and broker energy deals for tenants, communities, employees and citizens. Consumers in Northern Ireland have lower levels of financial capability than consumers elsewhere in the United Kingdom. This means we may not be able to make our money work best for us. 1/3 of people here believe that they are only 1 month away from financial hardship should they face an unexpected expense or drop in income. With the continuing impact of the recession, reduced public expenditure and the rising cost of living, it is essential to build resilience, financial capability and money management skills amongst our consumers. The consumer needs the Northern Ireland Assembly to make financial capability a key priority by the development of a financial capability strategy. This strategy needs to increase benefit take-up, improve access to affordable finance, to raise awareness of independent debt advice, and to make financial inclusion and financial capability key priorities within the Northern Ireland Lifetime Opportunities and Child Poverty strategies. Consumer confidence in Northern Ireland Water was even further damaged during the Christmas and New Year period, when over 40,000 homes and businesses were off water supply, some for more than 8 days. This understandably led to public distress, frustration and anger, and posed a risk to public health. This is something that must never be allowed to happen again. Consumer confidence and trust in the delivery of our water service is at an all-time low. The Consumer Council has consistently called for consumers to be placed at the heart of water reform. By doing this, we will ensure that our water service is developed for the benefit of consumers. We are calling on the Assembly to prioritise consumer confidence in our water service by ensuring that reform is driven by delivering on quality and consistent customer care. We want the Assembly to act urgently so that key areas for improvement add value for money and the tangible benefits are seen by consumers. We want to ensure the long-term financing of water services so that it is protected to allow the necessary investment plans to continue. And importantly, we need to facilitate a public debate on the future of our water service based on the needs of consumers so that we have a water service that delivers for all. The Consumer Council's 2009 report into the cost of insurance in Northern Ireland showed that households in low-income areas pay more for insurance than they would if they lived in similar areas in Britain. At that time, the report found that we paid nearly 40% more for our car, home contents and building insurance than our counterparts in Britain. In October 2010, the Northern Ireland Assembly researchers produced evidence which also showed on average Northern Ireland consumers pay significantly more than any other United Kingdom region for car insurance. At a city level, the 5 Northern Ireland cities rank among the top 10 most expensive areas in the United Kingdom. The Consumer Council is therefore calling on the Northern Ireland Assembly to investigate why consumers in Northern Ireland pay more for insurance, in particular car insurance, than consumers elsewhere in the United Kingdom. The Consumer Council will shortly release a report into the price of being poor, following a research into the disadvantage faced by consumers who are already struggling. The stark reality is many poorer people pay more for everyday essentials. Protecting more vulnerable consumers will require a serious and genuine commitment across all government departments, particularly in light of the current economic recession. We are calling on the Northern Ireland Assembly to protect vulnerable consumers by ensuring they can access affordable public transport, appropriate financial products and the most cost-effective energy tariffs, and to support all consumers, in particular those in most need, to know their rights and responsibilities so that they can make well-informed choices and get a fair deal when buying goods and services. So to conclude, consumers that we have worked with told us that they want to be involved in government decision making as they have a very important contribution to make. They also have an understanding of the fact that tough decisions need to be made, but they should be made with consumers instead of for them. Consumers need action from the Northern Ireland Assembly to help them get through the tough decisions that we all know the executive have to take. So how can the Consumer Council help local MLAs in the lead up to this Assembly election? The Consumer Council has engaged with a wide range of consumers across Northern Ireland to identify their needs. We can provide briefings, information and research on the issues currently facing consumers. We can provide support to programmes and policies aimed at tackling the issues which consumers currently face. And we can provide evidence-based opinion on policy proposals. This election has never been more important for consumers. The Consumer Council for Northern Ireland wants to continue to work with the Northern Ireland Assembly to make public money work better for all consumers in Northern Ireland, particularly those who need it the most. In doing so, we will continue to represent consumers by giving them a voice and making it count. Thank you.